In this short tutorial, we're going to be covering how to use the basic style options within KMxAuthor. I've started with a blank template for my lesson, and I want to get some content into here quickly to get through this tutorial as quickly as possible. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run over to the KMSI website, highlight some text, copy that to the clipboard, come back over to my KMxAuthor lesson, and paste that into the lesson. Okay, now I've got some text and copy to work with, but for some reason I can't see the text. Now if I go in here and I highlight where the text should be, you'll see it's actually there, but because it came over stylized from the website, I can't view it. One quick solution to these kind of things is to just change the cell's background color. So if I change that to a darker color, you can see the text is actually there, but that may not be the color I want for my presentation. Another option that we have, I'm going to clear that cell background color, is to highlight the text itself and remove the formatting. So you've got this clear formatting option up here on the ribbon bar that you can apply to any element. I'm just going to clear the formatting on that. Oh, well, that's nice and small. Maybe I will make that a default heading 1 within my presentation, going for a little consistency here. Then what I'll do is I'll highlight the text at the bottom as well. I'm going to clear that formatting, and I will make that text heading 2. Okay, so now we've got the text off of the website, and we've got it so that we can actually see what's going on within this. Let's talk a little bit about some of the styling options that we have. We've already covered the ability to change the cell's background color, but maybe we want to do something a little bit prettier. One of the things that customers like to do is use gradients. And so let's go ahead and apply a gradient to this. And I like kind of a teal color for this. We're going to start off with a fairly light teal, something like that. And we'll go to a super dark teal, something, let's see, a little bit like that. Try and give yourself a little bit of contrast here, and you'll have something that looks really nice. So with our gradient options, we've got left, right, top, bottom, center, edge. I'm going to apply the gradient, but instead of applying it to all, which is the default, I'm just going to apply it to slide number 1. Now I can enter a list of slides that are separated by commas if I want to apply it to slide 1, 3, 5, etc. But in this case, we're just going to apply it to slide number 1 to see what it looks like. Okay, well that looks pretty nice. Only problem is my text being black doesn't look so great on that really dark background. The other thing is I really don't like the default font of my browser, which is, this browser is Times New Roman. And so I'm going to change that as well. Now up here you have slide style options. You can set the universal base font color and base font face. In this case, we're going to go ahead and select the Arial base font face. And you can see now our font face has changed universally to Arial. And we need that to be a little bit lighter. So I'm going to just make it kind of a white color for right now, just to see what that looks like. And set that universally. And I like that. That's looking pretty good here. So maybe I want to start thinking about doing the same thing up here with my buttons as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep my gradient that I've got, which I'm pretty happy with, and I'm going to apply that to buttons. Okay, just by hitting the apply option. And now our buttons are styled the same way as our presentation. Now, because I use the apply to slide 1 option, if I add new slides to my presentation by hitting something like add slide below here, they aren't going to come through with the the new style options. I actually have to apply the style to the new slides. One way to solve this, once you're happy with everything, is just hit apply all. And when you hit apply all of your elements will get the same style and formatting applied to them, so you can have some consistency within your presentation. Again, we're not going to be able to go over all the options that are available, just the basics today. But if you're a really advanced developer and you already have a cascading style sheet that you like, you can upload that cascading style sheet to the site and skip all the rest of this and just have the system pick up the styles from your cascading style sheet. That's well beyond the scope of today's lesson. Now, one thing that I did notice about this is it's all left justified. So let's just take a look at seeing what would happen if I were to highlight all of my text and change the paragraph format alignment to center. That looks much better. So I'm actually getting, where I'm pretty happy with the way this is turning out. And the next thing that I think I might want to do is see if a background image would work with this gradient that I've applied. Now, background images show up in front of the background gradient, and if you use transparent PNG, portable network graphics format file, you'll get a really nifty effect. The default within the KMxAuthor environment is this bubbles gradient, or background image, just so you can learn it. But you can change that to anything you want by simply using the replace command right here, which gives you the option to load and replace a new background image. In this case, we're going to leave the bubbles there. I'm going to go ahead and select that. And let's just see what that looks like if I apply it to all of my slides with the gradient. And there you have it. I've got a gradient. I've got a background image that's on top of the gradient. And I've got a really, really nice looking page coming along here. So let's take a quick look to see how this is going to look in the student player environment. I've saved the presentation, and now I'm on the student interface. I'm going to refresh this lesson. And there you have it. There's how our presentation looks in the student environment. We've got some nice looking buttons at the top. We've got a nice, well laid out format for our screens, and we've stylized it so that the rest of the screens, as we add them, will look the same. So that's all for today's short tutorial. In our next tutorial, we'll be covering some more advanced features that you can use for stylizing your presentation. And that hopefully will be available tomorrow. Thank you.